Hiya. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 6.
Wow, getting up there.
6. That's right. 60 feet, 6 inches. Everybody knows who I am. And WHIT. Here with the commish. He's back. Took some time in the bullpen. Came back for game 1.
Got a little rest, ready to go.
That's right. Speaking of game 1, we got some NLDS action today.
Speaking of rest.
Oh, yeah.
The Mets get a lot of it now.
The Mets did exactly what they did.
What a beautiful ending to a great season for them.
I think
101 wins. Congrats.
That's yeah, exactly.
Now you get to sit home.
Right.
With the other half of the NL East, the Miami Marlins.
How does that happen? How do you win 101 games and you tanked in the playoffs?
You know, they actually didn't play bad in the second half. It's just how great the Braves played. And then that last series when the Braves swept them, you knew it was over. And I said, we had talked about this before, how important it was to win the division. You did not want to go to a 3-game wild card playoff. And boom, it happened. Scherzer, dead arm again by playoffs. 2 years in a row. 3 years in a row. I can't remember.
Too many to
not
count.
Performed.
No.
And they were done.
Buck Showalter broke off a little more than he could grab from DeGrom's fanny a little bit. You see that picture?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's sort of a weird old man, I think.
He was trying to get him
grabbing Fanny, coming out and trying to get Musgrove, checking him all out, trying to get him undressed to check him out.
He said he got some oil under that ear.
You know what, though? In the first couple of innings, I was watching Musgrove, and I'm like, his ears are really shiny.
I realized that, too. And then I was thinking, you know what? The first thing that actually came to mind was Red Hot or some kind of Ben Gay or Icy Hot. And I was thinking, you know what? First thing that came to mind was Major League. Whenever Rick Vaughn comes in from spring training, and the pitcher's got some Vagisil, he's got some Vagisil on his hip, he's got some Ben Gay on his forehead, he's got something on his elbow like snot, stuff like that. He's like, man, I don't have a live arm like you. I got to do whatever I can.
I can't imagine putting it on your ear. That would be that'd bother you, burning and stuff.
Ear infection, you don't need that.
No.
You don't need an ear infection during postseason.
It's all good, though. It's all good.
Yeah. Turns out, Buck Showalter was just trying to change the pace of the game.
Yeah, they kept talking about the spin rate up and everything like that. And they were saying how even the announcers were talking about spin rates up like 5.7%.
How does he know that already?
I don't know. I don't know how they figured that out.
It's like an autopsy. But then, you don't find out until later after the game.
But then I found out that spin rate up in the postseason is up like 5.5% average on everybody. So it's just the adrenaline. It's just everything coming together. But it was great, man. It was great seeing Machado yelling at the bench. It was great watching Soto catch that fly ball right against that little fence and that little Met fan yelling at him and giving it back to him.
Yeah.
Man, it was awesome. Couldn't have him to a better bunch.
Can't thank you enough for the New York Mets and the city of Queens. Thank you for Metting, because we all knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And it's so funny that it came down to literally almost the last series of the season.
Well, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it came down to tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Braves lose one game in that final 3. Goodness. They don't win the division.
There's not a team that's hotter than them right now. I know we're Major League Baseball podcast, but there's not a hotter team than the Atlanta Braves right now.
Seattle.
They have Robbie Ray.
In the AL. But, yeah, I think you're right. Just everything coming together. Everybody's getting healthy.
Yeah.
Could be a good run again.
And Spencer Strider, he's breaking the bank. Alex Anthopoulos is, he is literally forming a community. He wants these guys to stay here. He's the kind of he's a fan general manager. Like he's a fan of the game, and he likes seeing these consistent players and a chance of winning.
We got 7 of our 8 position players signed. Dansby's only one.
You will be coming soon, Dansby.
You got Kyle Wright and Strider signed up.
No, not Kyle Wright yet.
Yes, sir.
Well, pre-arbitration, yeah, you're right.
I think he's good through something I saw the other day.
24, 25 or something like that.
And then, I mean, I guess we got to take care of Freed eventually.
Got to take care of Max.
Looking good. That's all I can say. The future for the Braves. Could this be? This is a question for you. I'm probably changing your whole episode. Could this be a better dynasty than the Braves in the 90s?
That is such a great question because I was turning it over in my mind so many times because, in my opinion, I always thought that 94 was actually better than 95 until the season got cut by the strike. And then of all of those appearances in the postseason, the biggest thing for me is whenever the Braves were in the postseason, especially during that big 10, 11, 12-year span was the All-Star Game, 2000, Chipper and all that. That's probably the biggest thing that comes to mind. And then Andrew hitting those 2 home runs in New York. The all-around I don't want to ramble or mumble or anything like that, but it just seems like this team doesn't have any holes. They don't have any holes.
Well, I think the Braves of the 90s, what do you think of?
The pitching?
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's rotation. It, really. I mean, Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, rotation, right?
Don't forget about Steve.
Braves now, just what you just said. There's no holes. Offensively, pitching, bullpen. You know, our only hole, in my opinion.
Oh gosh.
And I'm gonna back off a little bit.
I've been hard driving right now. Please.
I've been hard on Snooker, but I think he is that player's coach.
You want to give him the keys to the city.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I never want to give him the keys to the city. I'm never a big Snooker fan, but the players sort of rally. He sort of lets them be them. He lets them have their personalities.
He does,
which is a good. He's not micromanaging, I guess you could say. So he's taking care of that. I do question some of his decisions. I was not high on Jansen, but I'll tell you what. That last series, that last game against the Mets, Jansen was insane.
Lights out.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's got to be something going on in the clubhouse because the clubhouse has got to be super healthy for everybody to be just locked in. Everybody's.
And I tell you what, I'd love to have Ozzy back. But when he did come back, all of a sudden I saw a switch turn on in Acuna. Mm-hmm. And then now that it's playoff time, Acuna's come alive. Mm-hmm. Look out.
Yeah. Look out for Orlando Arcia. You know, he's got the most Brewers postseason home runs. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
Crazy, these guys that step up. Arcia, Vince Vaughn Grissom. You know, just different guys the whole time.
Yeah. Since Vaughn Grissom has come, it's like Ronnie and Ozzy. Grissom and Harris are kind of like the Bash Brothers. Like they feed off of each other, which is good. You know, and with the wild card already over, wild card's already over. The Blue Jays are out. The Rays are out. Which, on a side note, look out for the Indians. They got a young team.
There is no Indians anymore.
Excuse me.
The Guardians.
We don't say that around here. That's bad words.
Cleveland. Who they got? The Yankees?
They got, yeah. I mean, they're going to get demolished by the Yankees.
I really like Seattle, man. I'm telling you.
Anyways, the Mets are gone.
You don't like Seattle?
It's not that I don't like Seattle.
You just don't think they have a shot at Houston?
No, of course not. They don't have the pitching. Verlander has a brand new arm, and he wasn't even him or McCullers didn't even pitch last year in the World Series. And they're both coming back, so I mean it may be a repeat, but I want the Yankees to beat the Astros because I kind of want a Yankees and Braves rematch. I want to see Garrett Cole's 99-mile-an-hour fastball get torched.
Well, let's worry about torching the Phillies first, one step at a time.
I'm already pouring the gasoline. We're good. Anyways, getting through the show. Folks, if you're joining us, thank you so much for joining us on 60 Feet 6 Inches. We forgot my favorite part of the show.
My bad. You always start out with that.
I do. That's okay, though. It's a good day. It's a good day. Game 1 today, baby. On this day in baseball history, On this day in baseball history, 1923, Subway Series. Subway Series. It is the New York Giants, and it is also the New York Mets in the World Series. Okay. Excuse me. The Yankees and the Giants. Excuse me. Okay. And this is for the third straight year. Okay. All right. And game 1, 4-4 tie is broken in the top of the 9th inning by the Giants as they defeated the Yankees 5-4. Pitcher Rosie Ryan takes the win, and Joe Bush is the loser. Casey Stengel, famous manager, the Yankees, Boston
Pirates.
Braves. That's right, exactly. Hits an inside-the-park home run in the first series home run hit at Yankee Stadium. It's the first World Series to be broadcast on a nationwide radio network. 1924.
Wow.
That's pretty far back, right? Or there weren't even motion pictures then. They're probably just coming. But then you have a broadcast radio, stuff like that. But inside the park home run, that's pretty interesting.
That is.
Yeah. There wasn't that many things today because it's the postseason.
This day in baseball. 2022.
2022.
The Mets sitting at home.
That's got to be a newsflash. I mean, Queens has got to be erupting right now. There is no way. There is no way that they thought
but
they were going to lose.
It could not happen to a better bunch of people.
I know.
That's all right. You got the Jets.
Oh my gosh, choke artists. This gives the way that the Mets season ended so abruptly. This gives me so much more confidence that Jacob deGrom is. I mean, yesterday's news as far as being in Queens. I mean, I understand that he does want to get paid, which he will get paid anywhere he goes, but
he's gone. They're trying to get something out of him. They were trying to get something out of him afterwards, the next day or whatnot. Yeah. He just would not go down the road. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. So
you get no offense. You get no offense.
I would think who does not want to come and play with the Braves?
Right, exactly.
I mean, you see the energy. You see just the crowd in general, right?
The fans. Holy
see cow. The Mets, they could barely sell out their games for the playoffs.
They have got the whole upper deck at Citi Field that's not even filled with fans. It's not even sold out. Jeez, Queens fans, y'all are a bunch of...
We got a 1:00 game today and it's sold out.
They are putting some in that water. I'm telling you, like in the Braves clubhouse, to where there's something that this clubhouse has that other players they yearn for. Like there's something. And
when Anthopoulos makes a move, I'm not questioning it one bit. I don't care if he decides not to get DeGrom or whatever. I'm not going to question it. The guy's a genius. Genius.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, even guys like Rex Grossman contributed.
Rex Grossman.
He had a couple weeks there where he was stroking.
Yeah. Yeah, Robbie.
It's Robbie. My bad.
Rex Brothers is who you're thinking of. Rex Brothers.
There is a Rex Grossman. I'm going to look it up.
Rex Brothers. But as we're going around the divisions, I mean, you have had a couple, not necessarily upsets in the wild card or anything like that, but you had a couple of teams that you thought were going to succeed, but then
I'm stupid. Rex Grossman. Remember, he was quarterback for the Bears.
And we'll be right back. But I mean, you have Cleveland versus New York. You have Seattle versus Houston, Phillies in Atlanta, and then the Padres in Hollywood. This season and postseason, it's already snuck up. I mean, game 1 is already here. TBS, they never fail to get those primetime slots for that baseball, do they? Thank you, Ted Turner. TBS. So, Seattle is going to be at Houston today.
Time they play?
3:37.
Okay.
I think that Houston's going to pull that one out. Verlander on the bump. Yeah. Robbie Ray probably on the bump for Seattle.
Oh, I thought he just went, though.
Did he? Okay.
I'm not sure.
And then you got Cleveland at New York.
Wait, isn't
in the Bronx.
Where's I'm like going blank, my bad. Where's Castillo now? Is he with Seattle?
He's in Seattle. He might start, actually. You know what? Luis Castillo.
Oh, there you go.
He's actually a great pitcher. I love him.
he is.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that Atlanta was going to scoop him up, but
Isn't I keep ruining your segment here. Alcantara, isn't he a free agent?
no, they signed him already. They signed him last year.
Oh, really?
5-year
Why are the
deal.
Mets talking about trying to get him?
Alcantara?
Yeah, Alcantara.
They could probably trade for him.
Oh. I'd grab him up in a heartbeat. He might be the best pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Come on with it.
How many complete games did he have this year? It was insane.
It was like 7. Yeah. And he still pitched over 200 innings. It's crazy.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. Back on track now. Cleveland in the Bronx, the Yankees are going to win that. No shot. These young bucks that are playing for Cleveland, they're going to get scared. They're going to get scaled. In the Bronx like that, people are, chanting. Makes me think of Pedro back in the day.
Brooms.
Yeah.
They sweeping.
I think so. Yeah. And then San Diego at LA. That's going to be a good series.
Can they take their momentum and go into LA and
they're either going to breeze through the Dodgers or the Dodgers will completely stop them and halt right there.
So you don't think it'll be like a 5-game series? You think it'll be one or the other?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Think about it. The Dodgers won, 118 games?
Yeah, but who they have on the bump anymore? Bueller's gone for the year.
111, excuse me.
Urias, right?
Urias is there. What's his name? Kershaw. What's his name?
Are they scary pitching wise? I don't.
No.
But their lineup is scary.
111 wins says that's all offense. That's all offense. But that's just that would be the Braves' cup of tea. They love playing in Dodger Stadium. And it's almost like all those years not getting over that hump in L.A., they finally get over it, and now that's why they literally breezed past the Astros last year, because that's who they really needed to beat was the Dodgers, and then once they did that, they were smooth sailing, and they have to do the same thing again.
Should be fun.
Should be a great time. It's going to be a really fun postseason. Not that I don't, not looking for the Mariners to win or anything like that. I like seeing Cleveland and the Mariners in the postseason. Different teams, because I also like Terry Francona. I think Tito's a great manager actually, and we'll see. We've got a lot of action today. This season went by so fast, and we're going to make sure we keep you guys updated, throughout the postseason. Probably not going to be too adamant about it, so all of our listeners can enjoy the postseason. But we'll be checking in. They haven't put the tarp on the mound yet, so season's definitely not over. This is where the real fun begins, in my opinion.
So I saw that Strider was saying today, this morning, or maybe that was last night, that the time off has done him well, and he feels stronger than ever. So he didn't come out throwing about 104.
If you were the Phillies, that's scary. I'm feeling stronger than ever. You got the guys in the clubhouse like, I'm going to cork my bat today, baby. But, I've always liked playing in Philly for the Braves.
I don't know. Schwarber and Harper sort of scare me a little bit. But
no, Kyle Schwarber he scares me. That 210 batting average, but then the 40-plus home runs, jeez. But, the Cardinals, y'all should have pulled that game out. Goodness. My goodness. Look what you did to Yachty and Albert.
Don't bring your closer in the 8th inning.
My goodness.
Ugh.
And O'Neal was hurt. Bader's gone. I mean, they didn't have many pieces.
The NL Central is just sort of, I'd like to see St. Louis win that because I think they're sort of that iconic Major League Baseball team with the great fans and just everything to be in.
Busch Stadium is absolutely beautiful field. And Albert, I don't know if you're listening, but I'm sure if you are, don't retire.
Really?
There was something at the end of that last 2 months where he found something. And I'm telling you, he went on a tear. He had 23 home runs this year.
Cork bat or something like that. I don't know, whatever it was, man. No, I shouldn't say that. I love
Buck, where you at?
Albert over 700. That's amazing. Amazing.
I was going to, I'm just going to say a quick note, kind of a change of pace thing, but for Albert, I always thought that as far as me personally, being in my mid-30s, best right-handed bat, there's two that I've seen. Manny Ramirez and Albert Pujols. Left-handed bat, Tony, Mr. Padre, Griffey, and then Bonds. And then Will Clark. I love me some Will Clark. But this is the kind of time to where I have to literally slow myself down during this time.
Get juiced and excited?
I do, yeah. I get too pumped up to where I miss everything because I'm too focused on the tiny little things. Because this is like in the postseason for me, this is like where I kind of time travel like back to like the 1930s and the 40s where they have this parades and trumpets and stuff like that on the field, and they have like these banners and these straw hats and these people that say, well, how do you do and stuff like that. But this is a fun time for me. I'm like a little kid again, so I always have to watch the broadcast like 30 minutes early so I can catch like the before the game stuff and all kinds of stuff. Like they'll pull up, like one of my favorite parts is like whenever they pull up player stats during the postseason. Like I love seeing what they've done or if they haven't done anything, And then, in the postseason, this is where like the underdogs just kind of come out and shine. And that's why I'm so excited,
Yeah, who's it going to be? Right? I mean, because like last year, like you said, Jorge Soler, Eddie Rosario, the unexpected.
I'm going to say that Michael Harris is going to do something big, and I'm going to say this right now. This is bold. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong because we're going to win anyways. But Robbie Grossman is going to hit a walk-off home run. It's going to be a pinch hit home run, and he's going to hit a walk-off. One of those games.
I think Austin Riley. I think he started out the season so awesome and hot, and then he sort of tailed off a little bit.
He did a little.
In the last week or so, he's starting to come back around.
Yeah. It should be an interesting postseason for the Braves, for the Phillies, and then the Mariners and the Astros going. Cleveland and the Yankees going, and then the Padres and the Dodgers.
Late night game. What time they start?
9:37.
Oh.
Yeah. No thanks.
So are you one to take in every game if you can?
In the postseason, yeah.
If you had off today, would you just sit in front of the TV and watch baseball all day? Like I do college football.
8 windows, baby. 4 windows. Bam, 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 bam.
Well, they're all different times, so you could actually watch them back.
Yeah, you're right.
They maybe overlap a little bit.
But we gotta. This is game 1, so this is kind of like getting to the nitty gritty of everything past the baby stage of the wild card, and then now to the NLDS. So
we're 3 hours away from first pitch.
You got Fried going, you got Ranger Suarez going, you got Verlander going. Verlander's 18-4 with a 1.7 ERA.
Wow.
Mariners, be afraid.
Who's throwing Mariners?
For the Mariners today, we have Logan Gilbert. Not a bad pitcher. But if I was facing Justin Verlander, I'll be wearing some. I'll be wearing a extra supporter.
How about the other 2 series tonight? Who's throwing?
We got Kyle Quantrill, excuse me, and then we also he's going against Garrett Cole, which is going to be good. And then you got Mike Clevenger going against Julio Urias.
Padres could be scary.
They can be. They can. Just like, this is, everybody knows this timely hitting, timely pitching.
Game ones are huge, right? Especially in a 5-game series.
Yeah.
You win game 1, all of a sudden the pressure is on that other team.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially if you beat the home team.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Especially while they're at home. Oh, my goodness. And I want to veer off just for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I've been wanting to do this for so long. It just came to mind. I just forgot. I want to take a small amount of time to appreciate what Aaron Judge did this year for baseball, because I realized that what he did this year was actually monumental, and we should be putting more emphasis on it. And to be honest, this show never tries to get political or anything like that, but of all the crap that's going on right now in this country, Aaron Judge's 62 home runs should have been something bigger. Should have been something that had way more attention. His season that he had should have gained way more attention, but only because not the home run record, not the single season home run record, but just that you have an American League record that was set by a Yankee previously 61 years ago. All the pressure that Roger Maris went through living and playing in the Bronx, winning back-to-back MVPs while playing in the same outfield as the great Mickey Mantle. And then whenever Aaron Judge does this in 2022, it's kind of looked past upon and not looked at as something that's so important. I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as one of the most monumental things in baseball. And I want to congratulate Aaron Judge for doing such a huge thing in baseball that's never going to be done unless he breaks it. Nobody's ever going to touch 60 again, unless they somehow expand the game season, which I don't see that happening. But I want to take time, real baseball fans and real true fans of the game really appreciate what he did for the game. So I don't think that Aaron Judge should be overlooked or anything like that. It doesn't matter what team you play for. But Aaron, great season. You're probably going to be unanimously the MVP if Shohei doesn't come and take it again, because he does crazy things on the mound too. But anyways, we just want to veer off, take an exit, and then get back on the highway. But anyways, we're back on. Commish.
I think, like you said, the Judge 62, Pujols 700. It was a cool end of the season.
2022 is definitely an interesting season.
And not a lot of people know Stephen Vogt, but that was a special situation too.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a guy knows it's his last game, playing for Oakland, where he started his career.
Yep.
Did you know his first at bat ever in major leagues was a home run?
I did. Yep.
And now his last at bat in the major leagues was a home run. Did you see him
running around first? He was like a little kid.
And his kids announced him. That was cool.
That was cool.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
It was just something else happened on that day. Maybe the Braves beat the Mets. I can't remember.
Might have been.
Or when they clinched or something. But it was just a cool ending to baseball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was. And a lot of it almost seemed like that. I know last year was a full season, but it seemed like this season was like the first full season back after whatever you want to call what happened in 2020. Just yeah, seems like that this was like the first season back to normal, where everything got competitive again and stuff like that. So it was a really exciting season, and postseason is upon us, everybody. But we appreciate everybody stopping by. We're going to be checking in with you, checking everybody's earlobes every about 2 weeks. Well, actually, probably not about 2 weeks. We'll probably check back in with you in about a week, see how the NLDS went. But
I've never experienced my ears getting rubbed.
No, that was not a rub. That was a straight up lathering.
I don't even know if I'd like a lady doing that. I don't know. Messing with your ears like that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you get violated because you stick your fingers all in those holes and everything. And Joe Musgrove was probably feeling a little vulnerable after that. He's like, dang, Blue, you going to take me out to dinner first? Minor, I hardly know her. But episode 6 coming to a close, everybody. It's been a real pleasure. Kamish, glad you're feeling better, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound so much better, too.
Well, we can talk about that off the air, but I'm doing good.
But everybody, tune into the MLB postseason. It's on right now. Got your 2 games starting today, 2 games starting tonight, and then got 8 teams left out of 30. 8 teams left. So we'll see how they do. Everybody, I just want to say if you haven't hugged your mom today, hug her. Tell you love her. Give your dad a handshake. Pat him on the back. Say thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. This is it. We are in the slow down lane. Everybody, keep your grass green and your pants dirty. This has been 60 feet 6 inches. So long and good evening.
60 feet 6 inches. That's what she said.